Said, she's home right now, so that's good. Anyhow, and Matt's already freaking harassing me in the chat that I'm late. I'm not that late. Anyhow, well, welcome to Domain to Profit. I'm Drew Wash. Today we're going to be talking about what's your fight? What's your fight? The fight could be your internal fight, the question of whether you think you deserve whatever success you've had, or whether you can take on the challenge that's in front of you, or possibly it's an external fight. One of the downsides of entrepreneurship is the fact that eventually, if you kind of grow and you're doing your thing, you're going to end up getting sued. I've been sued several times in my internet business life, and a couple of years ago, I was sitting across the table from a large company that was suing us. This ended up like they got rid of it or whatever. They stopped doing it, but it was for a trademark thing. Details. Basically, they sat there across from me, this big company, probably 50 times larger than what we are, and they told me that they use litigation as a strategy to grow their company. This big company beating up on little companies. They said that on numerous occasions they've actually put little companies out of business, all to protect their brand or to grow their brand and all this. Oh my goodness gracious! What kind of garbage is that? But there's a fight, whether it's internal or external. Numerous companies just settle or roll over to the big guy. And luckily, I've been able to stand up to these big businesses when they've kind of come knocking on us. So what's your fight? Is it an internal one or an external one? And how do domains, possibly help with this? Well, let's find out, because hopefully we find some great domain names today. One that kind of stirs you on the inside and makes you think, this needs to be something bigger than what it is. This needs to be more than a vacant lot. And then the question is going to be, am I the person that can do this? Am I the person that can program this or create it or turn it from vacant internet real estate to something amazing? Okay. Well, let's get the fight started. Say hi to those in the chat. Looking forward to talking to you, talking about domains, searching for domains, and chatting with you. Let's get to going.
From domain to profit, from a .com to a business idea. Take a domain name, develop an income from domain to profit. We'll show you how. Domain to profit, from domain to profit. Join Drew Wash and get started right now.
Yeah, I'm muted. I figured it out. Okay. So, thanks, Matt, for harassing me. Lee got the gloves on. Glad to be doing the fight with you. So when I was I think I was like fourth grade or something. Moving cam. Okay, here we go. Got to be able to push the buttons. So about fourth grade, I was a little kid, and my parents moved to where I grew up, which was Laughlin. Spent the rest of my life there. It's a little village just north of Cincinnati, and it's a bit of a rough area. So it's, we were all kind of low income, scrapping just to kind of survive, and a little bit of a rough area. So, well, the fight wasn't so theoretical. The fight was those who decided that the new kid needed to be put in his place. So I got to spend my first months as a elementary school kid just kind of coming in, just wanting to meet friends, just kind of not sure, if I belong here. I didn't have a say whether I was in this new school or not, yet here I was sitting there, and the kids would literally take turns like walking by and like punching me. Like, it was freaking nuts. And walking out to recess, I got the privilege of being pushed down from behind and had my first literal fight. Joys of being a child, So we grow up, and the bullies are no longer those. Well, maybe you still have physical bullies, but hopefully not. The bullies instead turn into the ones that we have inside, and the companies or those out there that don't really want to build what it is that they can build. Instead, they want to tear down or hold others down. What's up with that? Like, why? If anything, like, it's my fight. It's my fight. Take the small guy. Take us here, looking to develop domains, and let's take on the big guys. Let's use them to help the small businesses accomplish what they're looking to do. Let's use them to show up in the free part of Google instead of paying Google to go to some secondary site and stuff. So here's our fight. Anyhow. Okay. Well, let's look at some domains. Let's fight to find a good domain name to develop today. That's always what we kind of do here. I usually dive right into it rather than go off on my fighting rants, but here it is. So we typically will start off with the marketplace domains. This is expireddomains.net, expireddomains.net, a free tool. You can set up an account. I have mine set to a dark background. Yours will probably look a little different. Like to mention that. Let's see if we have anything over on, let's start with Dropcatch here. Dropcatch being when a domain name expires, in most cases they will, they catch it. It's called a catch. So the domain name expires, they grab it before it goes out to the market, and then they put that domain name up for auction. And so we'll look at that. You can see over here on auction type, it's going to be small on the screen, possibly, depending on if you're watching on a giant projector like Lee sometimes does, or watching on your phone. But there are some that are private sellers, so those who will are just selling a domain name. Then there are drop domains. Those are the ones that they expired and now are available. So I'm going to set up some filters, our typical ones. Get rid of hyphens, get rid of numbers. Going to move it to English 1 to 3 word domains. I am going to set the ends. I'm going to leave the ends in open. The reason why I'm going to do that is because there's a chance next Monday is actually my birthday. And here in the United States, it is also a national holiday, Memorial Day. Not my birthday is not the holiday. Memorial Day is the holiday. But it just so happens to follow on my birthday. So for the first time, we're really going to be running into some scheduling issues. So I'm not sure if I'll pre-record something or if we'll just kind of call it a Drew gets his birthday off. Seems reasonable. We'll see. Okay. So when I do a search of Dropcatch here on expired domains, I will typically, because I don't have a estimated value to order it by, I will order it by bid. So this is going to show me who all's bidding on what. So we're using the social proof out there to kind of see what is showing up. This is also why I recommend the strategy of bidding late. When you bid early, guys like me on the show can, order by who's bid. And now we get to do this and research these domain names before the public does. So hopefully that makes sense as to why a late bidding strategy is kind of the way to go. But we thank you for all those who are out there searching through these and bidding so far, because it lets us save a little bit of time. Virtual asset, the hair, love style, chipset, Vermont guides. Don't really know what that would be for. It sounds like something, but I don't. So last week, I'll try to talk because I'm reading down through these. So if I bust out with random words, it's the domain name, not just. So last week I was in Phoenix doing a virtual training with my mentor, Darren Hardy, and my wife joined me. So my wife actually did this giant, crazy training with me, and such good stuff. Such good stuff. It, stirs that internal fight. Like, I can do this. It doesn't have to be that somebody's like, when you see the most successful people out there, like, they're as good as you, man. You can take this on. Any of us can grow and increment and become the person that we want to be. Then I have written down here somewhere. Let me see. On the Post-it note, I have, what's your favorite leader? So if you have a leader out there, like whether it's Bill Gates or whether it's Steve Jobs or whether it's somebody else, it's kind of like, what would your favorite leader do in whatever situation they're dealing with? And then just do it. Just do it. Like, you don't even need to, you don't have to fake it. Just emulate your leader. It's kind of the one tip that I thought I'd share, as far as, especially if you suffer from imposter syndrome. Like, do I deserve this? Is this okay that I'm doing this? Okay, I'm not going to go too far down in Drop Catch. They do not have the volume that someone like GoDaddy will have, but I like to give it a chance. Drop Limit. Chief Disruptor. I mean, that sounds like a fun blog. ChiefDisruptor.com. Rocket Charger. I don't think rockets run on electric yet. I think you might be a little advanced if you buy rocketcharger.com. Little ahead of the curve. Green electric car. Okay. One more page down and we'll see what we find. And as usual, if you see something that I'm missing, feel free to mention it to me. I'll tell you either why I skipped it or try to give you a rundown on what I'd do with it. Open banking software. Boat dot. Okay, we made it through a couple hundred. Not really, didn't see anything necessarily. Drop parking, Victoria Dock. Didn't see no victories. They're not all winners. And that's the thing about the expired domains. So what we are looking through are the hundreds of thousands of domain names that have expired. And then the question becomes, which of these expired domain names are worthy of kind of that bid? So hundreds of thousands of domain names expire every single week. And there's a reason why a lot of them expire, and that's because they're probably garbage. Somebody like me just had a drink and can't spell, so they, I've registered numerous domain names in my day for domains that are misspelled. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. Luckily, if you're going to spend any money, make sure it's spell checked. That's a pretty good rule of thumb. If you're just registering it for $10, maybe it's not as big of a deal, but there are auctions that come up all the time that will go for thousands of dollars, and there'll be a misspelled word. So you gotta do your due diligence there. Backdraft is a fun one. It's probably going to go for a lot of money, but it's not. Ooh, organic fruits. Let's go with that one. Let's see what that one has. Okay, let me pull up a tool as well. We're going to pull up our semrush.com and organicfruits.com, expiring in 8 days, and it will be, it's currently $4.95. So what I'm going to do on SEMrush is we're going to do a little bit of keyword research. The normal, seems like things are running a little slow here. So organic fruits, what would you do with organic fruits? When I hear it, I'm hoping there's a lot of keywords, but I'm guessing, the nice thing about organic fruits is farmers markets are big on them. So local farmers markets pop up all over the United States, all over the world, and organic fruits could sell it. You can pull something like Peter Askew, who sells onions on the internet. You can sell organic fruits. You can do a directory of farmers markets as part of it as well. Help the little guy, help those farmers sell direct, both through your website and through the farmers markets, which help the farmers market itself. So when we get the keyword information here, we have 1.6, so only over 1,000 searches for it. And as you can see, it's sharing the that volume. It's sharing that with organic fruit rather than fruits. So you got that whole singular versus plural. So in general, I'm guessing this is going to be an overpaid domain name. If you want a brand, sure, maybe spend a couple $1,000s on it. Look at the keyword difficulty. It's really low. So that means something. The only thing is not too many people are searching for it. Nobody's really searching for organic fruits. I'm guessing because they're searching for organic foods or some other keyword variation. So if you want to sell fruits on the internet, maybe that's a good domain name for you. It would be a pass for me because already at $495, estimated value of $10K, I'm sure that bad boy is going to go for high 4 figures, and I'm not passionate about that in the least. So, but if you're passionate about organic fruits, then go for it. Moving on. And just saying hey to, we got Ian on popping in as well. Thanks for joining. Thanks for saying hi. I always mention something in the chat. I love the chat. It keeps me going. And yeah, Lee was pointing out the sound as well, which I caught it just late. Michael last week was talking about the sound cutting in and out, so I actually am using a different mic. So hopefully it's like thumbs up worth a better thing for us, better quality. Naples home. So I'm curious as to how, like, when you look through domains on your own, what is it that you look for domains for? Are you looking for domains for like pet projects, for specific topics? Are you looking for, like for me, I tend to look for those premium generic domain names.com, obviously. I like good keyword, exact match keywords. That just, with all the variations in whether something is worth something, when you actually have a high, like people are searching for the keywords of your domain name, just seems to me like it improves the chances of the domain name being worth what we see when we estimate the value, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. So exact matches are kind of a cheat that we can use to make sure that we're not getting something that's complete garbage. Now, exact match means nothing unless if you have a really high exact match, it's going to mean there's some value, but it does not mean that you're like buying a winner just because it has exact match. I think it's, if the domain name is garbage, so if you had like goldspoons.com and for whatever reason 100,000 searches happen a month for that, like it would be it's a garbage domain name, and why people are searching for it, you got to worry about, you can't fall trap for that. You got to use like, what are the searches? What are those other, what are the questions associated with it? And then we can always go to Google, do a search, look at the ads, see what's there, see if we get that authority, the validation that comes from having that generic domain name. Not seeing follow lead, Florida County. Full specs. I wonder what that is. Let's check full specs. Where'd my mouse go? Okay. Where'd my mouse go? Where'd my mouse go? Let me pull this up as well. Asked about a specific domain, which you're always welcome to ask about. Fridgemagnet.com. I would probably say, I mean, if there's a market for it, so I'll do a little research for you. Let's do a search for fridge magnet. My instinct says that there's not going to be a ton of keyword searches for fridge magnet. There might be a couple thousand. Let's find out. 12,000. Not bad. Not bad. So you're mentioning the singular one. and that's what I just did a search for. But here's what I was getting at with that. Fridge magnets. People are searching for the plural more than the singular, because realistically, if you're searching for fridge magnets, you're probably looking for customizable ones for promotion. You're probably looking at, I don't know, any number of different reasons for it. You're probably not looking to buy a single one unless it's, I don't know, that'd be kind of weird, going to search for a fridge magnet. I'm just wondering, is that magnet? I'm wondering if that one was that one on the list, or was that one that somebody's selling? So I like it. If that's on the list, let me know, because I do like the domain name, and I'll dive into it a little bit more. But if that's just one that you're selling or something, I may not dive as much into it. But looking at the keyword dictionary, it has good exact matches. I would prefer the plural over the singular. The singular will get kind of the side effect. The side effect of having the singular of it is you'll get some of the traffic, you get some of that authority validation that comes from having it. But I would probably consider it maybe a fifth of the value of the plural. Yes, it was on the list. Okay. Let me go hit that real quick. See if it's actually showing up for sale still. Good catch. Thank you. Thank you for catching that. See, I can't win them all. So, I mean, it's already 918. My gut instinct was saying maybe like $1,600 for the domain, based on what I was seeing here. That was, the plural. I'd put the value significantly higher, probably 6,000 to 8,000. Again, this would be if you're passionate or have some kind of business related to fridge magnets. Just because people are searching for it doesn't mean I'm all that excited about it. So look at this. The cost per click is below $1. So you're already, even though there's a high volume, there's not really people looking to advertise for it. So that's going to, like, 12,000 really isn't 12,000. It's less. I want to see it above $1 for cost per click. Let's see what fridge mag. I just want to see what, so people are advertising for magnets, fridge magnet. Oh, so one person's advertising for the singular. That's good to see. So yeah, some people are searching for it. So there you go. I mean, I would probably put that, max I'd probably go for something like that would be in the 1,600 realm. If you can get it for less than that, then that's great, but it's already going for that pretty much $1,000. 1 day left, so maybe it'll stay pretty low. Again, it's a physical product, though. So you're either going to be the reseller of fridge magnets, or you would need to list other companies that sell them. It's going to be a shipped product, so you're not going to have a lot of, you won't be able to list thousands of companies. You're going to be stuck with, 6, a dozen companies or less. So not bad. You certainly, if you can get it for $1,200 and develop it, I like it as a business. I mean, people are searching for it. Top diamonds. I missed quite a bit of them up there. I need to open my eyes, look up to the skies, and see. Just clicks. Sober weed. I don't get that. What are they looking for? CBD? I don't get that. Sober weed. Follow lead for some reason keeps getting, like, I'm guessing it's because follow the leader. Oh wow. Okay, let me share this out here. Okay. So got some inside research happening here. So we got fridge magnets. First, fridgemagnets.com is developed, and then fridgemagnets.ca, so Canada, has like over $1 million in revenue. So you have some pretty strong competition if you're going to dive into that industry. The nice thing is social, that's proof though that there is some money to be made there. You'll just be the little guy. So back to that whole fight thing, you're going to do a fight with the big guy. You're going to got to know that it's going to end up being a fight. So what's going to be your advantage? What's going to be your in? You also got to worry a little bit about being confused with other domains if they're already developed. Quenchers.com. I like the domain name. No clue what I would do with it. Deposit discount. Church lawyer. So I very much appreciate those comments and that research there. Bogdan, I believe is the way you would say it. So apologies if I don't get it correctly. Trustier. Why is that? That's funny. Tech drones sounds fun. Tech drones. Is that two words that I always talk about how one of the things that we could fall for is two domains that sound like two words that sound like they go together, going together, and then just really not making any sense. And then it's like bait to end up causing you to waste money. Tech drones might be one of those. Tech drones. Let's see what it's going for. Actually, go over to. I'm just hitting buttons because I get tired of not hitting buttons. Got to change it up every once in a while, you know. Okay, tech drones. We got 220 is what it's going for. So let's do some research. Let's not always go off Drew's gut. My gut was that it was two words together that really don't go all that well. So the site got a question. I need to probably remember this more often. I am using expireddomains.net. Expireddomains.net is the search tool that I'm looking through for expired domain names. Specifically expired domains, and I use the marketplace, and then I go to currently we are looking at the GD expired domains, and then this tool over here is semrush.com. It's a tool I pay for that gives you keyword search. So yeah, this is kind of what I figured. There's nobody searching for this. I mean, high-tech drones even just at $390. I'd say that's a solid pass. Wouldn't bother paying for tech drones. There is a little bit of if you call somebody and say, if you call like a drone company or I'm with techdrones.com, it sounds authoritative, so you might get some value off of it out of that. The only thing is it's already up to 220. I don't know. I like the idea of possibly taking, if you do something in drones and you want that authority, you want to be able to call. It absolutely could go for any amount because of that. A domain can be worth anything, just doesn't have the keywords to back it up. So like if you wanted to do 880 for it, that's kind of my go-to for domains that are pretty good, but just don't have the keywords for it. Let's see here. Vulcan Millions. Vulcan Million. I got nothing. Focus supplements. Let's look at this one a little bit. So focus supplements. Before I even look at the keyword density, we'll kind of do a little bit of a 3-minute business plan on this. Now it does have this dual S in the middle, which that's one of the things I do not like, dual letters. So if you have two words together, I'm not a big fan of when there's, because you can see it's a little bit confusing. And when they're typing it in, the question is going to be whether they make sure to hit the right number of letters. That reduces some value for it. But here's what I like about focus supplements. We all want to focus more. We're all way too distracted. We got devices out the wazoo. I mean, right here where I'm standing, I have 2 different laptops, numerous different boxes, different cameras. Yes, I'm doing a live stream, but like you see me, I can't stop pushing the buttons. I can't, like, focus is so hard. Supplements or something that gives me the idea that I could concentrate, have a little more focus, is certainly something that people are searching for. So we'll go look at the keywords here in a moment, but that idea of if you were calling around to, or white labeling, so meaning put your brand on an existing product out there and sell, like focussupplements.com, where you find supplements that help you focus more. You're entering into a the red waters, the bloody waters that is vitamins and supplements, but you would have a great domain to do it. So let's go check out the keyword on it. Focus sup. See, I can't even spell sup. Okay. Well, hopefully this is going back out. Sorry about that. Looks like I had some technical difficulties in the middle of talking about focus supplements. Not 100% sure when that went off. Dang it. Okay. Doing so well. So we were talking about focussupplements.com, which is available over on GoDaddy Auctions, ending in 3 days, currently only at $15. And this is one that I was pulling out to talk about specifically from that list, because when you do a search on this, you're finding 2,900 searches, plus a couple thousand bonus points here for the idea that we could probably have some great content for best focus supplements and so on. Or you can be the ambitious product creator that does a white labeled product and sell your own supplement under the brand focussupplements.com, which is great. So I was putting this domain name right around a couple $1,000. This one, it's going to require an ambitious person. The development piece of it could be just like a Shopify site or something, which I say that as if it's easy. I've never built a Shopify site yet. It's on my list, but this would be that kind of domain. great for selling a product that you white label or something that you show and sell other people's supplements, all from the premium domain name. Certainly has authority, validation, which I imagine in the world of supplements is pretty stinking important, because a lot of people are a bit on the untrustworthy side or worried about supplements, especially, you're putting something in your body. So welcome back. Yeah, sorry about I'm not sure what the heck happened. A little bit frustrating. So, but we are back. I guess, my computer needed some focus opportunities as well. Long story short, Focus Supplements. Here's the great thing about this. This domain name up to this point seems to have been flying under the radar. It's only $15. Let me refresh, because I'm guessing if you're like me, you've probably already been like, nope, nobody's done anything with it yet. Bid late, bid often. This one, if you're up for selling a physical product, I do like it. That one definitely gets Drew's stamp of approval. So, see, somebody out there saw that I was talking about a domain name that they really wanted, and they sabotaged me. I don't blame you. Domainers, competitive bunch. So we are looking through expireddomains.net, just in case you're joining me on some kind of second stream. We're looking through expireddomains.net, and we are looking through GoDaddy expired auctions. So these are domains that are expired and are now going to be coming up for auction next week or so. And we're just now through the first 200 domain names. Video Manage. It sounds like a near miss. So you might be drawn to something like that, but if it was Manage Videos or something like that, like it'd be a lot better with that organization, Video Manage. That would be a pass, obviously, since I went ahead and moved on. So on expireddomains.net, I have set up some filters, and we are only looking at .com domains, English words, 1 to 3 words, no hyphens, no numbers. We're just trying to get right to those exact match domains that can provide authority, provide validation, have scarcity to where you can call customers or talk to people that may be your customer, and they will just know what your site's about and trust you immediately because of the premium domain name. That's what we're always kind of looking for here. We're not looking for something creatively, like perversely, like maybe, that's probably a dictionary word, but realistically, what the heck are you going to put on it? That is the common thing. Just because it is a single word, just because it sounds like something, doesn't mean it is going to be an important one. I love VIP moving, so this is going to be investor bait. I'm guessing there's probably no less than 100 moving companies out there that are called VIP moving. Anytime there's a lot of companies with the same name, that means there's going to be some competition for the domain name. So you could probably buy that one. The only thing is you cannot buy the domain name and go targeting other people's trademarks. So you would have to, I don't know, basically you can't go predatory on their domain trying to make $1 million. You would need to build out a website or something on it. That would be at least what I would do with it. I like it. I marked it. I'm going to come back to it later with my investor hat on rather than, ooh, look at this, rather than my developer hat. Maybe I won't. I don't really care to mess with it. Tree hugger. So if you're an environmental person, not something you would probably develop as far as necessarily selling products or services. This would probably be more of a content play. So a content play, a blog. So you would take your values, take the things that you're passionate about as far as environmental issues, and build a blog out on thetreehugger.com and use that content, and then you could, hopefully sell some advertising or have a preferred product list or something like that, allowing you to set up some Amazon affiliate type programs. It's worth mentioning. We don't talk about content type domains very often. It's a lot of work. You have to be passionate about it. So you have to be passionate about the idea, passionate about the topic. But the tree hugger probably is worth pursuing. I would probably want it for $100 or less, because you're not going to get anything from the tree hugger. I'm just typing it in anyways. So there's 70 people, but what we're going to do is look for tree hugger just to see what people are searching for. I'm guessing there's 12,000 searches. Now you do need to make sure that tree hugger, and this is not, I'm not going to do this, but you will want to make sure that tree hugger is not some kind of big time trademarked brand. It probably would be an issue if it is, but if you're doing a little private blog for the fun of it, for the interest of the topic, then probably find beachfrontvacation.com. I like that one too. Let's see what it's going for. Make sure it's up. Close down some of these tabs. Beachfront vacation. Does anybody say that? Does anybody say I want to go off on a beach? We all want to go. I want to go on a beachfront vacation, but I don't think I would ever search for beachfront vacation. So it may give you some validation, may give you some authority when you call places. It's not probably, let's type it into SEMrush. I'm anticipating maybe 600 searches. 200, I was off. So yeah, this domain would be a pass. If you do something in it and you need an upgrade on domain name, possibly worth doing, but not a big fan of it. Nobody's using the language of the domain name. Open-minded people, beautiful bouquets, Cafe Rock. I mean, there's some fun domains, just not anything that I'm probably going to go click. I'm not going to be clicking into those. I don't think, my gut says that I would be a pass on those, which is why I'm passing. I tend to trust my gut pretty well. So what are we out to do with these domain names? Well, you're watching Domain to Profit, and Domain to Profit is about taking a domain name and getting them developed. We are looking to have them developed. It's time to get these domains put together out there, whether it's to make money or whether it is just to create something cool. It is better to own and to develop than to just own and let it sit on the shelf. I am as guilty as anybody else. I have hundreds of domain names just sitting there doing nothing, and I hate myself for it. I do hate myself for it, but I'm trying to do what I can to develop as many of my domains as possible. But let's get more domains developed. That is definitely the goal. That'd be a fun the tea party, but it's tea like golf. So puns or horrible domains, don't do that. I'm showing it because it's funny, not because you would ever want to own it. No one will ever type your domain name in correctly. They will always go to the wrong one. You can have a good laugh about something, but not want to own it, right? Copyright my book. I do like action domains. Copyright my book. Like that's kind of fun. Atlas Recruiting. Brandable, but fun one. Italy Travels. Near miss. Bankruptcy California. I love it when you get down into the, the second or third page, 200, 300, 400, 600 domains into the list. And that's when you start to see the domains that, some people won't catch. So that's when you really want to implement the strategy of bidding late. If you bid early, it will bring it to the attention of others. So add it to your watch list and then bid on the domain name late if you are trying to get it without drawing attention. I a lot of times don't follow that advice necessarily, but that's just because I'm kind of lazy and I don't get a ton of time to click on this stuff. So anyhow, what's my score? What's my score would be good. There's a typo of something that would be good. Better bankruptcy. Is there a good bankruptcy? No, there's not. So is there a better bankruptcy? No, probably not. Support concierge, which I would never be able to spell concierge in a million years. Without a spell check, it would not happen. Even with the spell check, I don't even know if I could spell it close enough to actually to even get the spell check to pick up on what word I'm trying to serve. Custom loads, drawn to that one. Just loads as in transportation. Not a big fan of it. Caught my attention though. Let's see. Deep logistics. See this one here, type Ming or time Ming. Yeah, I wonder if like somebody they misspelled that. That's what it is. That was like somebody like me sitting on their couch one night and they're like, I wonder who owns timing.com. And then they type it in and they're like, oh my gosh, it's available. I'm going to get it for $10. And then they realize like a week later when they're bragging to their friend how they registered timing.com that they actually spelled it wrong. And then they're all embarrassed and they never buy domains again. Hopefully that's not the case. But you learn a valuable lesson. True story. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but I talk about the misspelling of the domain names. I talk about, I say that, and I thought that I had concealcarry.com. So concealed carry class. I thought that I had these domains. I thought I hand registered them a few years back. And I'm like, those are great. I can put up a directory and then people can find classes on them. Because I'm in Ohio and they always advertise like concealed carry classes and things like that. I'm like, those are nice little niche domains to develop. And sure as heck, I spelled concealed wrong. I don't remember how I spelled it, but needless to say, those domains got, I let them go. Was rather embarrassing because I was really excited. I was like, I'm going to develop some domains this weekend, just do some little pet project. And I pull them out and I'm like, why can't I find them? I'm searching for them and I'm not able to find them in my database. It's because I had them spelled wrong. So anyhow, so when I tell you these stories of me being a bad speller, it's true. It's very true. So so learn from Drew, do a spell check on your domains. It is a good example, though, of how if you can piece together. So when I saw, let me just tell you this a little bit. So I was driving up the highway, and the people that do concealed carry classes, they put out signs, and it basically says, hey, I'm doing a concealed carry class. Here's my phone number. And they put these signs out by like the interstate. So you get off the highway, and there's some guy, and he's just looking for 8 to 10 people to come join his class. And I'm just thinking, I've seen these signs, people doing this all the time. Like, I'll get concealedcarryclass.com and allow them to put a website on their boards instead of their phone number, because nobody's going to write down the phone number as they're sitting in their car at a red light. I mean, some people maybe do, but a domain name would be a heck of a lot better. And so I saw the problem, and I knew a great domain name would be the solution. So I started to implement that. So the intent was good. The lesson, seeing the problem, trying to use a domain name for the solution All that was good. The execution with the bad spelling, that's where things went bad. So a pretty good lesson in that. I do have some. I've since purchased a domain name that I hope to do that with. I love helping the small guys. Payspecialists.com. Pay Specialists. It sounds like it should be good, but dag nabbit, I don't. Yeah. Okay, 600 domain names in. I'm going to go over to the next couple hundred domains. We probably won't get them all because I will stop this at 4 o'clock. We missed out due to the tech issues. So we're looking through expireddomains.net still. We're looking 600 pages in. This is the GoDaddy expired domains that we're looking through. We found some good ones so far. We had Fridge Magnet was pointed out to me. We had fridgemagnet.com. Then we had Organic Fruits, which we kind of had as a little bit of a pass. Then we had FocusSupplements.com. That one's certainly worth checking out. So far, I'd say Focus Supplements is my favorite of this show. The only thing is, again, you're going to have to work really freaking hard on that. And yeah, not quite I love helping small businesses use domain names to gain an advantage. Man, trying to white label a supplement and do all that myself, that is probably not my thing. Now, I might be a customer, though. Could be a customer of a Focus supplement. What was it? I've seen the commercials back in the day for like ginkgo biloba, or I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. There's some kind of supplement that says that it helps you focus and that kind of thing. So, I mean, there's Focus supplements out there that you can certainly put on your domain. Targetmailing.com. Let's check that keyword out. So let's pull it up. Let's make sure it's actually going for auction. And Michael, yeah, when I saw your comment about better late than never, I thought that you were saying because I had tech issues. So that you came in as I fixed the tech issues and started the second stream. But nice to see you on. Better late than never, indeed. Because last week you mentioned the sound had some issues. I'm using a different mic this week. Hopefully it's been working out pretty well for everybody. Always appreciate your feedback and input. Targetmailing.com is up. So this will probably be where we end, depending on what we see when we type it into semrush.com and see if anybody's searching. Ooh, $3.90. But look at the cost per click. So people are definitely targeted. Target bubble mailer, target returns by mail. I'm going to do a... Oh, wait. We want to do target mailing. Okay, this domain's looking like a pass. Targeted direct mailings. That's kind of what I was thinking was... so if somebody is targeting it here, Rush Print NYC is target mailing. So they're going for the specific keyword. It sounds pretty good. Targetmailing.com. Get it for 88, maybe $150. Maybe you can, little companies like, I guess I say little companies. I don't know what Rush Print NYC is, but possibly you could target some companies and help them, list their company on the domain. Not a big fan of it. It's not a win, not a hit. And I was really hoping to end on a win. My instinct, that is why we have to do a couple searches. Don't just go with your gut directs, but then you have to validate. Trust your gut, but when possible, validate. So we might not see any more. I'm optimistic, though. We will. So isn't this stuff this is great information. Hopefully you're getting a lot out of this. I believe you should. We've looked up some domains. We've crossed off domains that we thought would be good but weren't. Lots of lessons. This is for some guy that's just checking out a free resource, which Expired Domains is awesome. Expireddomains.net. And they don't pay me to say that. It's a free site. It's just I use it, so I want to make sure that you can use it as well. This is great stuff. And I think we've gotten betterseats.com. Sounds good. Okay. With that being said, we are going to start wrapping up the show. I just want to mention let me see. The targeted mailing. Yeah. The idea with that is you're looking for direct mail. It's those specific mail pieces that are for a specific person. That's the reason why I wasn't a huge fan of that domain. And then baddomains.net. Did you see that one on there? Yeah. Baddomains.net. Is that representing you, Lee? I certainly own plenty of them. I've actually done a much better job of getting rid of some of my bad domains. I'm definitely a poster child for that domain as well. So I think we all are. It's what we're trying to help out with on the show is hopefully we can help you not be a poster child for baddomains.com, and instead you can learn from my experience, learn from the experience of our awesome community, and avoid being a poster child for baddomains.com. I would probably definitely not buy that domain unless you were being funny and wanted to make fun of all of us who spend probably quite a bit of money on bad domains. I'm sure I've spent quite a few. So just a heads up, kind of a logistical thing. Next Monday is my birthday. It's as well as an American holiday of Memorial Day. If there may be a recording that I put out. I've not decided yet. Sorry, I'm not planning all that well with that. So watch for a recording. If not, though, I'll see you in a couple weeks as we start into June and continue to take domains, develop them, because that's what we need to do with these domains. Enough having them filed on a bookcase. Domains are made to be developed. Let's get them in the hands of developers or develop them ourselves. I am Drew Wash. This is Domain to Profit. Thanks for joining me. Michael, Lee, just all of my conversations are all gone. Chat is all messed up, but thank you for joining me. I do appreciate you, and I will see you in a couple weeks. Take care.